NBA Wednesday is here, and for today, I got my favorite 3 plays on the board that you need to know with all of the stats, all of the facts, all of the analysis. So before we dive in, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you want to see more free picks every single day. Now, to recap where we left off, I got to be honest with you guys, yesterday was probably the worst day that we may have ever had in terms of picks. We went 4-6 overall. It hurt. But we have every intention of getting back on track today. We're still hitting 64% on our free picks. We're hitting 73% on our VIP picks. And I put a lot of time and energy into today's picks and finding today's plays. You guys are going to love them because I got to tell you, the write-ups are absolutely gorgeous today. So before we jump into those, if you want to get in on my free community where I'm sending out the very best picks every single day, press pause on this video, tap the link that's in the description where you can access that VIP community. I'm sending my favorite plays every single day, my own personal betting tickets, my play of the day, picks for PrizePicks, picks for Underdog, picks for Sleeper, Betr, Novig, you name it. We're hitting 64% of our picks in the free group. We're hitting 73% of our picks in the VIP group. And by the way, in honor of my favorite time of year, which is March Madness, I'm currently running a promotion that gives you 50% off a VIP plan. Hammer the link in the description and use code MADNESS for 50% off any VIP plan you so choose, or just slide into the free group. Totally up to you. Now, for our first pick of the day, we are going to talk about Darius Garland, point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers, new point guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. We like his chances of going over on 13.5 points tonight against the Indiana Pacers at 9:30 p.m. Now, if you'll see here, he does this pretty frequently this season in general. Now, there's a quick caveat to that, of course. He's brand new to the Los Angeles Clippers. In fact, he's only played 1 game with them, and he came up well short of 13.5 points. Well, he scored 12 points in his first game with the Clippers. So we don't love that. But when you consider his hit rates on the season, you consider his matchup, you consider the market, you consider the way the public is playing this game, there's a lot to like about this one. Now, he does have 14 or more points, 15 or more points actually, in 20 out of 27 games of the season. He's hitting it about 74% of the time, averaging 17.74 points per game. He's hit it in 9 out of his last 10 games that he's played, averaging 19 points per game. He's going up against the Indiana Pacers, who, by the way, are one of the worst defenses in all of the NBA. They rank 25th in the NBA in points allowed. They rank 23rd in the NBA in points allowed specifically to point guards. He is no stranger to playing against the Indiana Pacers. In fact, he scored 20 or more points against them in both games that he's played against the Pacers this season. Everything looks good in terms of the matchup, his hit rates, the consistency of him getting 14 or more points. Then you consider how the public is treating this particular matchup, Clippers-Pacers. They are generally taking the over in this contest. 63% of bets, 55% of money is on the over in this game, suggesting to us a higher scoring game, a potentially higher scoring game than originally expected. Either way, that's not a bad thing if we're considering the over on Darius Garland 13.5. Last but not least, when you look at how the rest of the market is treating this one, you look at other apps, other books, overall, they're pretty bullish on this pick. Underdog has it at -164, Sleeper -147, Fliff -135, FanDuel 130, Novig 126. You get the idea. At absolute worst, PrizePicks has it at -119, and BetMGM has it at -120. So the market is bullish on this one to hit. So we are looking at Darius Garland more than 13.5 points with our first pick. Now, for our next pick, it's the return of Jalen Brunson, who we just counted on just a few days ago. We are looking at over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, you see a lot of green on the board once again. He's doing this relatively frequently. He has 9 or more RA in 8 of his last 10 games. In fact, he's averaging 10.7, so clearing it by more than 2 per game over his last 10. He's done it in 60% of his last 20, 55% on the season, but he has been absolutely on a scorcher with this particular prop over the last 10 days, hitting it 8 out of the last 10. When you look at his matchup, by the way, it's a little bit hit and miss. So for starters, he's going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They rank a pretty lowly 24th in the NBA when it comes to rebounds allowed. But on the flip side, they rank a pretty stingy 7th in the NBA when it comes to assists allowed. So it's kind of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. It's a little bit up and down as far as Jalen Brunson goes. You consider how the public is treating this one, you'll see that they are absolutely hammering the over. 76% of bets, 70% of money is on the over in this game. Once again, suggesting to us that this could be a higher scoring game than originally anticipated. That is great news when you're considering that assists are part of Jalen Brunson's prop number. The other day, he had 10 assists just 2 nights ago yesterday. Just yesterday, he had 10 assists against the Toronto Raptors. So if we need him to get a combination of 9 or more rebounds plus assists, and he's coming off a game where he had 10 assists alone just yesterday, we're feeling pretty good about that in a game where the public is hammering the over. Last but not least, if you take a look at how the market is valuing this pick, they're pretty much in alignment with it. We see BetMGM, Hard Rock, PrizePicks, The Score, Underdog, FanDuel, DraftKings, Fliff, and Sleeper all land somewhere in between -115 and -139 on this pick, all of which seem pretty, they seem in alignment that this one is going to go over. We like Jalen Brunson more than 8.5 rebounds plus assists. Guys, the best possible places that you can get value on these particular picks today, I like PrizePicks, I like Underdog, but the best possible places that you can get in on today's action are Novig. Use code BBSMikey, and you are going to get a match on your first deposit up to $25. What I like about Novig is that you don't need 2 or more players to submit a lineup. You can play just one at a time if you like. If you feel confident in only one of these, Novig is a great place to be. Promo code BBSMikey, you're going to get a match on your first $25. The second place that we're putting all our action today is on Betr. Download Betr, use code BBSMikey. You're going to get tonight's free pick, which, by the way, is Kawhi Leonard more than 0.5 points plus assists. And you're also going to get 2 different $100 free plays, which basically means, they call it a no sweat token, both of which are worth $100. You play $100. If you win, you collect the cash. If you lose, it's refunded right back into your account, and you're going to get 2 of those tokens. These are the 2 best possible places you can play today's action, Novig and Betr. And either way, if you use code BBSMikey, you're going to get some free stuff, free money to play these games with. All right, guys, moving on to our third and final pick for today, at least for today's video. I'm going to have a lot more picks inside that VIP group that I was mentioning earlier, but we are looking at Cason Wallace to go over 15.5 PRA, points plus, rebounds plus assists. Once again, you take a look at the board, there's a lot of green on it. He has hit in 8 out of his last 10 games. In fact, he has done it in 7 out of his last 8 games on the road, averaging 25 per game. He's averaging 22.3 per game over his last 10. He's clearing 15.5 with relative ease, especially lately. He's done it in each of the last, 7 games. He's been able to clear 15.5 PRA. He is on an absolute heater. You take a look at the matchup. Things get a little bit interesting here. Now, on the surface, you see a lot of red in the matchup. And on the surface, that's not a good thing, right? You see, all right, well, the New York Knicks, they rank 5th in the NBA in points allowed, 5th in the NBA in rebounds allowed, 3rd in the NBA in assists allowed. But take a moment to dive just a little bit deeper. Take a look at how they perform specifically against shooting guards. Things look a lot prettier. They rank a very mediocre 13th in points, 15th in rebounds, and 22nd in the NBA in assists allowed, all of which to opposing shooting guards. So the matchup for Cason Wallace in particular is nowhere near as intimidating as it is for point guards on the team, power forwards on the team, centers on the team. Shooting guards tend to have an easier path to production when they come up against the New York Knicks. You take a look at how the general public is treating this particular game. Once again, they are hammering the over. 75% of bets, 66% of money is on the over in this game. They're expecting it to be a higher scoring game than originally anticipated, and that is a good thing when you're considering points and assists and hitting the over on points plus assists, not to mention rebounds being thrown in for good measure as well. You take a look at how the market is playing this one, and once again, most apps, most books are pretty bullish, pretty confident that Case and Wallace is going to go over 15.5 PRA. DraftKings, BetMGM, The Score, PrizePicks, Underdog, Novig, FanDuel, Fliff, BetRivers, and Sleeper all have it anywhere between minus 113 and minus 139. Plenty of confidence that they are going to hit with that one. So, to recap, we have Darius Garland more than 13.5 points. Jalen Brunson more than 8.5 rebounds plus assist. Case and Wallace more than 15.5 PRA. That is the official three-man in today's video. So hopefully you find that helpful, guys. Like I mentioned, I'm going to have a lot more picks coming out today within the next few hours inside my free community, inside my VIP community. You can join using the link that I left in the description. And again, if you use code MADNESS, you're going to get 50% off any VIP plan that you want. Although I will caution you, there's only 2 spots left in my lifetime promotion, lifetime package for the VIP service. So that's all I got for you guys today. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. We're going to be putting out a new video every single day, Monday through Friday. It's been mostly NBA up to this point, but MLB is going to be throwing out the first pitch any second now. NFL will be back before you know it. So there is a lot of this type of content coming down the line. All you got to do is like, subscribe, turn on notifications. But until tomorrow, good luck. Let's make some money.